Graves here. I know it's been a while since I last streamed. December was kind of a busy month for me, so I just didn't get much of a chance to do it, but while I've got some time here, I wanted to start in on a new game. So there's one recommended to me that I should try out. It's a bit of an older game, got an enhanced edition, so we're going to be giving that a shot today. So if you're familiar with Planescape Torment, I have not played it before. I know very little about it. I know that there's a guy called the Nameless one that I guess is the person you're playing as. And I believe it was recommended to the person who talked to me about it said that he suggested that I should focus on wisdom as an important stat. But yeah, so I did see this first part when I started up to set up the stream capture, since this plays automatically when you start up the game. I like that. They all just turn and look towards you. So yeah, one second, I wanna. Make sure the sound is good on my end. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Looks like the capture's getting everything correctly. I'll just leave these settings normal. Is there a subtitles? Maybe not. Alright, I think we'll just go with that. Character generation screen. Modify your statistics by clicking on the plus and minus for each statistic. Move each other's description of its purpose. Okay, so we've got strength. A high strength allows you to carry more weight and makes your melee attacks more accurate and damaging. Your strength is average. Wisdom represents your intuition, common sense, and willpower. High wisdom helps you recall memories and gives you a bonus to experience points. Yeah, well, I'll just read the rest for right now. Ability score represents your physique, hardiness, and state of health. A high constitution gives you more hit points, and in the Nameless one's case, a faster regeneration rate as well. The ability score represents your persuasiveness, personal magnetism, and ability to lead. The higher your charisma, the more favorably others will react towards you. Dexterity, hard to hit, age or thief skills, and intelligence represents your memory, reasoning, deductive, where you gain memories faster. Gives you more dialogue options and age or mage skills. So yeah, the recalling memories and dialogue options sounded like they were important things. And it looks like I have 21 points, so I know in a typical D&D setup, let's see what... Interesting. This is probably working from an older edition's rules, so I'm not sure how the /30, 60, 90 works. Okay, so 16 is where you start getting bonuses. 13 is above average. Okay. Now this one you only need 15 for exceptional. 17 for heroic proportions. Okay. Above average, +1 hit points per level. Okay. This one doesn't give you anything specific. Okay. Above average. Bonus to your armor class, that's good. And what does int do? Genius level intelligence. Okay, so some of them grant specific bonuses, and some of them they're just your things are really high. I know in the usual D&D setup, it was something like, you know, 10 was the like baseline for everything, and then for every like 2 points above that, you got an extra like point to your rolls for like skill checks or ability checks or attacks or whatever. So probably, So I can't be above average in everything. I'm gonna have to be average in a couple of things. Could just do something like this. Get exceptional. Probably don't need to have... I probably don't want to go below 10. Could do that and just have a basically a focused around the mental stats. That seems pretty good. Might not be good at combat, but we'll figure out a... maybe we would use magic or something. Alright, so I'm in this crypt.
Hey, Chief. You okay? You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a deader for sure.
Who are you? You're a floating corpse. Or a floating skull. Who am I? How about you start? Who are you? I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. If I did, I wouldn't be called the Nameless one. Can't remember your name? Heh. Well, next time you spend a night in this bird, go easy on the bub. Name's Mort. I'm trapped in here too. Trapped? Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the chant. I've tried all the doors, and this room is locked tighter than chastity belt. We're locked in where? What is this place? It looks like some kind of morgue. It's called the Mortuary, a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. Mortuary? What, am I dead? Not from where I'm standing. You got scars aplenty, though. Looks like some Burt painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place the laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. Scars? How bad are they? Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back... Mort pauses. Say, looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. Spells out something. Tattoos on my back? What do they say? Looks like you come with directions. Mort clears his throat. Let's see, it starts with... I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Farad can fill you in on the rest of the chant if he's not in the dead book already. Farad? Does it say anything else? Yeah, there's a bit more. Mort pauses. Let's see. It goes on. Don't lose the journal or we'll be up the Styx again, and whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, then find Farad. Journal that will shed some light. Okay. Read the journal, find Farad, and don't tell anyone who you are or what happens to you. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for that journal I'm supposed to have with me, was there one with me while I was lying here? No, you were stripped to the skins when you arrived here. Besides, looks like you got enough of a journal pinned on your body. What about Farad? Do you know him? Nobody I know, but then again, I don't know many people. Still, some Burks got to know where to find Farad. Once we get out of here, that is. How do we get out of here? Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are one of the walking corpses in this room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless and won't attack you unless you attack first. Is there some other way? I don't want to kill them just for a key, so I should attack one of the corpses and loot it for the key. I could probably just get it from them. What, you think it's going to hurt their feelings? They're dead, but if you want a bright side to this, if you kill them, at least they'll have a rest before their keepers raise them up to work again. Well, alright, I'll take one of them down and get the key. Alright. Before you do that, arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. Note, search the shelves in the room for a weapon to attack the zombies with. When you find one, go to the inventory screen, the backpack button in the lower right, and arm yourself. If you wish to examine any items you find, right-click on them in the inventory screen. Alright, I'll look for one. Okay. One last thing, these corpses are slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like being kissed by a battering ram. If they start getting an edge on you, remember you can run, and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover. To run, either toggle run in the options screen or hold down the shift key and left click on the area you want to run to. If you are in danger of dying, use running to keep your distance from the zombies while you recover. Alright, thanks for the advice. Okay, how to play. Display the additional combat log. Combat log display the additional combat details panel. Quick loot, quickly gather any dropped items near the selected character. Okay, so I want to turn that on. I'll have to turn that on once this goes away. Formation, select see how the party is ranged while exploring. Stop current action. Okay, so this is stop. This is check your formation, select all characters. Okay. Pause the game. Select weapon. Select weapon the character is using. Edit this menu via the inventory page. Selecting in the game world, this menu is needed for only changing it. Weapons or attacking neutral NPCs. Select a spell. Select an item. Items are added to this menu via the inventory page. Special ability. Or start dialogue with a party member. Okay. So you've got pre-scroll. Okay, options. So this is options. Free spells to cast if you have them. Journal for quest objectives. Bestiary entries. Character information. Reform the party or level up selected character. Review dialogues. Toggle with the camera locks on the selected character. Panning is disabled when the camera view is locked. If active, all party members use basic combat behavior. Turn off for full combat control. Resting is permitted in the current area. Rest to restore hit points and spells. Select mage spells to cast. Display map the area, map notes, and view the world map. Change equipped items, move items between party members, read item descriptions, and show or hide. Other character displays health bar, shows hit point values. Okay. Let's see. So.
What's up? Yeah. Huh? What?
Okay, so those are my additional party member slots. Hopefully I'll get. Right, scalpel one of the shells. Search the shells in the room for a weapon. Okay. Backpack inventory screen is the backpack button in the lower right. Inventory screen. Okay, I guess that's Mort. No, in my character. I have an eyeball.
Don't want to part with that.
Eyes cannot be removed, only switched. Okay. It's a little ominous. So I guess this is the things you can equip, like, I guess you can equip tattoos, rings, something on your chest, your ear, hand, wrist. Let me see. Okay. Weapons. I guess this is melee weapons, ranged weapons, items. Okay, and then personal items. And that's how much I'm currently carrying.
What's up, Chief?
Can he carry things? He can carry his teeth.
Can't part with that. Sorry.
And he can't equip anything else, which I guess makes sense because he's just a floating skull. Right, so... Okay, so F1 is my attack buttons, I guess. Or the F buttons are my attack buttons. Let's see. Okay, I guess that formation is fine. It's the dialogue window. Mark view on character. Okay. Alignment currently true neutral. Sure. Hit points. I don't remember how THACO works. These are the saving. Okay, so when somebody like tries to hit me with one of these, this is what I have to roll to beat that. Although I don't think I actually do the rolling. It probably just handles it for me. Ability bonuses. Right. Okay. Mage spellbook is currently empty. Priest spellbook is probably also empty. Find fraud. Find your missing journal. Mort is a talking skull. His sole weapon seems to be his mouth, whether by taunting or biting. Seems to be along for the ride whether you want him around or not. You are somewhat curious as to how he's able to float around. That's true. And then me, you are nameless. You awoke in a slab in the mortuary and sigil, covered in scars and tattoos, your memory gone. Who has done this to you and why, you don't know yet, but you're going to find out. Well then. I think that I count as a beast. Alright. So, walk around. Door is locked, you'll need a key. What's here? Bandages. Yeah, I'll get some bandages. Heals 3 hit points, weighs nothing. Roll bandages, used for stanching minor wounds. Heal a character for 3 hit points of damage. Use the button or place them in one of your quick slots and use them on the quick action menu. They're stackable items. You pick them up, they automatically stack on top of one another. Sure. Okay. So if I, let's see, if I do this, then they show up here. Cool. Can't take a torch. I can search this section though. Scalpel. Okay. 1 to 3 piercing damage. Not usable by priests. Quick scalpel. Left click to pick it up, then drop it on the left foot to pick it up, then drop it on the player's character's portrait or in his weapon slot from the inventory screen. So if I did this. Alright, you found the scalpel. Now get those corpses. And don't worry, I'll stay back and provide valuable tactical advice. You could help me. I will be helping you. Good advice is hard to come by. I meant help in attacking the corpse. Me, I'm a romantic, not a soldier. I just get in the way. Alright then. Although you can attack by selecting a weapon from the quick menu, pressing the A key also toggles the attack cursor. Let's go. Okay, so if I press A, then I can just go right to attacking that guy. I'm gonna walk around a little bit. I'll explore a little bit more. Poke my nose in a couple of things, see if I find anything interesting. Okay, so once I equip a weapon, then fist isn't an option. Well, I guess it is still an option. It's not a very good one. Well, no reason not to still look around a little bit. See if there's anything else. Looks like someone in the middle of dissecting this corpse. Great! Alright, I guess I can't do anything else. Can't go that way. Well, that was easy enough. Don't seem to have gotten anything from him, though. Especially not a key. Try this guy. Saw it. Corpse's head lolls back and forth on its shoulders. Judging from the angle of the neck, looks like this man had been hanged. Number 825 has been painted on the side of the head. Now you just examine the corpse to see if it's carrying a key. If it's carrying nothing, you haven't noticed its hands are heavily bandaged. The bandages might be useful if the corpse is disposed first. You haven't noticed of your friends. Corpse friends has the key out of this place. Chief, they can't hear you alright, they're dead. But you're dead, and you're talking to me. Yeah, but I'm special. Death couldn't kill my zest for life. These corpses here, they probably didn't have much personality to begin with. Watching you trying to swap the chant with these corpses isn't doing much for my morale. Let's leave the corpse talk for the barmies, alright? Alright. So he did have some bandages. Then seem to be carrying a key. His fingers broken. If someone smashed him with a hammer, you do have noticed still has shoulders heavily bandages. Alright, well. Go ahead and just get rid of this guy.
Did you see that?
Hey, you did attack him. none of them had the key. Now what? Unless that's it. Oh. Well...
What's the word, Chief?
This key must fit the lock of one of the doors in the room. I'll try all the doors then.
All right.
Using keys in Torment, you only need to have them in your inventory to unlock a door. In some cases, the key will vanish after it's used. This is done when the key is no longer laden for use of your inventory slots for other more important items. Okay, so I don't have to actually use it. If I'm just in the right spot, it will use it. So let's try this one. Aha! Lost item, so I guess that was it for that key. Some advice, Chief. I keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary, especially the femmes. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. I don't think you mentioned before, but who are these caretakers? They call themselves the Dustmen. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an adult bunch of ghoul death worshippers. They believe everybody should die sooner better than later. Confused why these Dustmen care if I escape? Probably because I wasn't supposed to. They believe everybody's got to die sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen are happier in the dead book than out of it? What was I seen here? Okay, female corpses. Why? Are you serious? Look, Chief, these dead chits are the last chance for a couple of hungry bashers like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys, no lopping the limbs off, things like that. Last chance? What are you talking about? Chief, they're dead. We're dead. See where I'm going? You can't be serious. We've already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We've all died at least once. We'll have something to talk about. They'll appreciate men with our kind of death experience. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, right, you might not be dead, but I am, and from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine, sinewy cadavers I see here. Mort starts clacking his teeth as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have to part with them first, and that's not likely. Where do these corpses come from? Well, the shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Alright, I'll try to remember that. Still idled after your first kiss with death, so I got two bits of advice for you. One, if you got questions, ask me. Alright, to speak to a party member, select the talk option from the quick menu and left-click the quick option from the quick menu, then left-click the party member you wish to speak to. Alright, if any questions, I'll ask you. Second, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Or if you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget. If I had the journal I was supposed to have with me, I'd do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. Couldn't hurt, I'll make a new one then. Keep track of your movements. If you ever start to get cloudy on important things like who you are, or more importantly, who I am, use it to refresh your memory. Select the journal button on the quick menu. Your journal will automatically be updated throughout the game.
Updated my journal.
Cool. No thank you? Okay, he got bored and walked away. Stains and rust and other remains cover the surface of this metal slab. It's much larger than most of the other slabs and is sitting on a platform that allows it to be rotated. Neat. I don't want to go to him. Let's see if there's anything interesting on this table. Nope. Receiving room logbook. This huge logbook lists mortuary procedures in a tight, crabbed script. All shells entering the mortuary are to be delivered to the receiving room and logged with the scribe on duty before being embalmed or cremated. Records are to be checked to determine if the shell is one of the contracted, and if so, do not prepare the shell. Move the shell to one of the preparation rooms, contract the scribe on duty, and notify him that a contracted shell is to be raised. Be certain that a shell is thoroughly stripped of its possessions before being sent to the preparation rooms. The contracted workers are intended for simple manual labor and do not have the capacity to search and strip a shell. The faction is not responsible for any possessions, lost, or items stolen by the collectors who have brought the shells to Mortuary. Shell's possessions be stored in the receiving room until an initiate can be sent to claim them. Please catalog all possessions in the logbook. Following this list is thousands of entries of bodies that have been sent to the receiving room. As you flip through the rest of the book, however, you notice the last page has been cut out. Probably with my entry on it.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
I was going to ask him about the logbook, but I guess he didn't have anything to say.
What's up? Sure, why not?
No, wait.
I'm gone.
This corpse appears to be in an advanced stage of decay. Her jaw is missing, and the number 1072 chiseled in the bone. I think this one's seen better days. Maybe no jaw may have something to do with it. Either that or it simply has nothing to say. You mean that blank-eyed beyond the grave stare? Are you blind? She was scouting me out. Why don't you go away, maybe? I think you're imagining things. She's a zombie, a corpse, a dead person. You probably didn't even register to her senses. Whatever, Mort. Let's go. Let's talk to this worker. Into the stitching, sealing the corpse's lips, and caught on the corner of a note stuck in the corpse's mouth. Oh. Note is mingled with the ichor. If you tried to pull the paper out, the cross stitches would tear the paper to shreds. Hacking up the corpse to get it looks like it will destroy the note. You'll need to find a delicate way to remove the stitches before removing the note. I'll use the scalpel. You deftly slide through the stitches, sealing the corpse's mouth, and the jaw sags open. Carefully pull the note from the corpse's mouth, and despite the condition of the paper, the writing on it still appears legible. To read notes, place them in your inventory, right-click them to bring up their information panel. Okay. It just stares at you. Well, now I want to go back and talk to the other ones to see if they had anything interesting. Nice braid? Yeah, no, never mind. Maybe these other ones have something interesting on them. Carrying a roll of bandages in hand. They look useful. Usable. The corpse continues to stare at you. Take your hand out and take the roll of bandages. The corpse doesn't seem to notice. It continues going through the motions of bandaging the bodies. I need them more than the bodies here. It just stares at you. I like how you can try to reason like, oh yeah, I actually need this, and then they're just kind of like, Stop walking the rule of threes. There's don't have much left in the attics. They can't do more than one task at a time. When they're told to do something, they'll keep doing it until someone tells them to stop. This poor sod probably finished some task and they forgot to tell him. What did you mean by that?
Updated my journal.
It's one of those laws about the planes, about things tending to happen in threes, or everything's composed of three parts, or there's always three choices, and so on and so forth. It's a lot of wash if you ask me. If you look for a number, any number, and try to attach some great meaning to it, you're going to find plenty of coincidences. Gives these corpses tasks to do, either one of the caretakers here or whatever necromancer raised them out of the dead book. Probably one of the caretakers here, the ones who need the cheap labor. Why are you walking in a triangle? And it doesn't know. Yeah, talking to these guys doesn't really accomplish much, but that's okay. This is a foul-smelling note retrieved from the mouth of one of the mortuary zombies. It's, please, to whatever dustman reads this, I beg of you. I know of my legal obligation under the terms of the dead contract, but I'm prepared to offer more than my signing fee if you will cremate my body rather than raising it. I've arranged for this note to be left with my body upon my death. If you are reading this, then please use this note as instructed and accept the result in exchange for my contracted duty. Let my contract number serve as the key. Looks like the corpse is too late to prevent the raising, but you notice that beneath the writing is a diagram. It looks like directions for folding the parchment into a strange pattern. If you are capable of examining an object further or performing an action on the object outside the world screen, the use button will appear on the object on this examine screen. This button allows you to manipulate the item through a dialog screen. If you wish to examine the diagram of this note further, select the use button below. Okay. It's as if it's instructing you to fold the corners of the note so the points touch the center. There's a series of strange marks on each corner. 1 on the upper right, 2 on the lower right, 3 on the lower left, and no marks on the upper left. So either you start with the upper left or you end with the upper left. Maybe. Or maybe you don't do the upper left. Maybe you do the upper right, lower left. So upper right, lower right, and then lower left. Well, that didn't do anything. Maybe the upper left is first. Maybe you start with 0. Upper left. Maybe the lower left is first. It was this one, right? Oh, guess there's nothing else that I can get from this one. How about this guy? Just stares at you. I'm not sure I want to talk to you. So. Let me read this again. Maybe I missed something. more than my signing fee. If you're reading this, then please use this note as instructed and accept the result in exchange for my contracted duty. Let my contract number serve as the key. Is there contract number 1201? Wait, 1201. Upper right, lower right, upper left, upper right again? Huh. As you fold the upper left inward to the center, you watch as the upper right unfolds by itself, resuming its normal position. Fold the upper right back into the center. As you fold the upper right back into the corner, the lower left corner mirrors the action until all the corners touch in the center. You wait for a moment, and the corners of the paper raise up, turning the note into a small four-sided paper pyramid. You peel back the sides of the pyramid, and the paper disintegrates to dust. Inside is a small triangle-shaped earring. It catches the light and gleams brightly. Okay. Now I have an earring. See the small earring from folding a note in the mouth of one of the walking corpses of the mortuary. It's a beautiful earring, but despite all its beauty, all it seems to do is remind you of how strange the world you've woken up in is. Some items are magical, but require that they be identified before they can be used. If you cannot determine what an item is at first glance, then you may need to take it to someone with a higher lore skill than you or your party members. Well, let's see if we can identify it. How would you like to identify this item? Apparently I wouldn't. Can I equip it? I can equip it.
Yeah. Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
This scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow like parchment. Charcoal gray eyes lie within an angular face. Maybe this is probably not... I think I wasn't supposed to disturb this guy, but whatever, I'm going to talk to him. He's breathing ragged and irregular. Even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Oh, Chief, what are you doing? I was going to speak to the scribe. You might know something about how I got here. Growling your bone box with Dusty should be the last thing. Before Mort can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down, and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. We especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we give this place the laugh, the better. Before Mort can finish, the scribe's gray eyes flicker to you. The weight of years hangs heavy upon me, restless one. He places down his quill. But I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless one, do you know me? Know you? There's a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself. He is silent for a moment. For you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? As always, the question, and the wrong question as always. He bows slightly, but the movement suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment, catches his breath. I am Dahl. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me?
Updated my journal.
Very well. What do you wish to know? I guess we'll start from the top. You are in the mortuary, restless one. Again, you have come. Before he can finish, Dahl breaks into a fit of coughing. After a moment, he calms himself and his breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. This is the waiting room for those about to depart the shadow of this life. Restless one? Restless is as good a term as any. Dahl draws a ragged breath. Something keeps you here, does it not? Something that must be resolved. Some passion that must be quenched before you can reach the true death. True death. True death is non-existence, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. Dahl coughs, then gives a ragged breath. A state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? Is it worse than remaining in the shadow of what life once was? I think not. Shadow of life? Yes, so I feel like I'm just repeating some of the things he says. Shadow, you see, restless one, this life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickerings of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die, and here we remain trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. Do you think this life isn't real? What makes you think this life is real? Look inside yourself. Do you not feel something lacking? Dahl shakes his head. This is a purgatory. There is only sorrow here, misery, torment. There's the title. These are not the elements that make up life. They are part of the cage that traps us in this shadow. I think your fatalism has gotten the better of you. Those elements are part of life, but not the whole of it. Dahl shakes his head. Passions carry weight. They anchor many to this shadow of life. As long as one clings to emotion, they will be continually reborn into this life, forever suffering, never knowing the purity of true death. I see. How does one escape the cycle of rebirth and achieve this true death? Kill your passions. Strip yourself of the need for sensation. When you are truly cleansed, then the cycle of rebirth will end and you achieve peace. Dahl sighs. It sounds like a death rattle in his throat. Past these shells of ours, past the eternal boundary, lies the peace that all souls seek. The eternal boundary. Wow, there's more and more things I don't know about. Shadow of this life and true death. Okay, so I know about those. Dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It's our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walk the path to true death. Dahl's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. We dustmen are a faction, a gathering of those of us that recognize the illusion of this life. We await the next life and help others on their journey. So they're not, like, just a bunch of old guys. I don't know. Explain why the dustmen want me dead. It is said there are souls who can never attain the true death. Death has forsaken them, and their names shall never be penned in the dead book. To wake from death as you have done suggests you are one of these souls. Your existence is unacceptable to our faction. Acceptable? This sounds like it leaves me in a good position. You must understand, your existence is a blasphemy to them. Many of our faction would order you cremated if they were aware of your affliction. You're a dustman, but you don't seem to be in favor of killing me. Why not? Because forcing our beliefs on you is not just. You must give up this shadow of life on your own, not because we force you to. Dahl looks about to break into another coughing jag, but he manages to hold it in with some effort. As long as I remain at my post, I will protect your right to search for your own truth. What is your post? I'm a scribe, a cataloger of all the shells that come to the mortuary. Dahl coughs again and takes a deep breath. As long as the stream of corpses flows to the mortuary, I shall remain at my post. You say that I have been here more than once. How is it the dustmen do not recognize me?
Updated my journal.
I am the one that catalogs the shells that come to our halls, restless one. Dahl breaks into a fit of coughing and steadies himself. Only I see the faces of those that lie upon our slabs. The dark of your existence lies safe with me. Huh. Sigil. Fair City, restless one. Oh, okay. Wounds that decorate your body, they look as if they would have sent a lesser man along the path of the true death, yet it seems as if many of them have healed already. Dahl coughs violently for a moment, then steadies himself. But those are only the surface wounds. Surface wounds? What do you mean?
Updated my journal.
I speak of the wounds of the mind. You have forgotten much, have you not? Mayhap your true wounds run much deeper than the scars that decorate your surface. Dahl coughs again, but that is something that only you would know for certain. How did I get here? Dahl snorts in contempt as he finds the memory repugnant. Your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, restless one. You would think you were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the cart that carried you.
Updated my journal.
Your body was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. Dahl breaks into another violent fit of coughing, finally catching his breath minutes later. Your seneschal, Farad, was, as always, pleased to accept a few moldy coppers to dump the lot of you at the mortuary gate. Who is this Farad? He is a collector of the dead. Dahl draws a ragged breath and continues. We have such people in our city that scavenge the bodies of those that have walked the path of true death and bring them to us that they may be interred properly. I find this Farad. If sense persists as they have, Restless One, you have a much greater chance of Farad finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Well, I do have to find him. A slight warning creeps into Dahl's tone. Do not seek out Farad, Restless One. I am certain that it will simply come full circle again, with you none the wiser and Farad a few coppers richer. Accept death, Restless One. Do not perpetuate your circle of misery. I have to find him. Do you know where he is?
Updated my journal.
When he finally speaks, he seems to do so reluctantly. I do not know under which gutter stone Farad lairs at the moment, but I can imagine that he can be found somewhere beyond the mortuary gates in the hive. Perhaps someone there will know where you can find him. There are some I respect, Restless One. Dahl takes a ragged breath and steadies himself. Farad is not one of them. He wears his ill repute like a badge of honor and takes liberties with the possessions of the dead. He is a knight of the post, cross-trading filth of the lowest sort. Knight of the post? A thief. All Farad brings to our walls comes stripped of a little less of their dignity than they possessed in life. Farad takes whatever he may pry from their stiffening fingers. Dahl pauses, considering. Most likely. Are you missing anything, especially anything of value? His voice dips as he frowns. Not that Farad would take exception to anything that wasn't physically grafted to your body, and sometimes even that's not enough to give his greedy mind pause. Well, I am missing a journal. If it was of any value, then it is likely it lies in Farad's hands. How did I get here? How did I get out of here? Front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than the dustman pass. Breaks into a ragged cough and continues. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it is unlikely he will open it for you unless you're extremely persuasive. Okay. Yeah. You sound ill, you're not well. I am close now to the true death, Restless One. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. The plain told no more wonders for one such as I. Certain there might be some way I could help you. I don't wish to live forever nor live again, Restless One. I could not bear it. Nothing. Farewell. You turn to leave, Dahl speaks. Know this, I do not envy you, Restless One. To be reborn as you would be a curse that I could not bear. You must come to terms with it. At some point your path will return you here. Dahl coughs, the sound rattling his throat. It's the way of all things, flesh and bone. And perhaps we'll meet again. Alright, so... He's,
Right.
pretty grumpy, but not particularly bad guy. Sealed shut, no other lock of means of opening it. Okay, so guess we keep going. Standing silently in a corner of the room facing the wall, he looks to have been a heavy-set man. The corpse looks like he's serving a librarian, for he's carrying a huge stack of books in its arms. Books appear to be old mortuary ledgers, none of them of any particular interest. As you search through the text, however, you notice a loose page folded between two of the books. Someone tucked it in there to hide it. The page doesn't look like it belongs to the ledgers, it looks like it belongs in a logbook. The tear is clean, as with a knife, so you suspect the page is removed on purpose. You moment to read through the page, the list of dead bodies brought to the mortuary and logged in the receiving room. All the entries appear to be recent arrivals. To read notes, right click on them, bring the information. Okay, so take the page and leave. So... Crabbed script. 16537, 5th night drunk, chest wound, cause of death, Mulling Abishai, collector pox, 3 commons paid, no possessions. Okay. Indeterminable, age of shell prevents identification. Collector fraud, 3 commons paid, no possessions. Strips, knife marks evident from dissections. That might be me. Cause of death indeterminable. Scars do not appear to be cause of death. Shock trauma. Session logged, fist irons, 13 commons, middle table, receiving room. 3 commons fade. Life marks evidence for detection, but the detection was not thorough enough. Copper earring found lodged in admin. Earring is locked in the southeast preparation room. Have an initiate from the 3rd circle examine it. Has a strange markings like those on contracted worker 79. Age of Shell prevents identification. Collector Farad, 3 commons paid, no possessions. As with previous entries, the shells Farad has brought also show signs of having been prepared. I've asked that the initiate Emmerich launch an investigation into the matter. Furthermore, entry 16542 is one of Farad's gang. I've seen the individual before. I would ask Emmerich to pay heed to how the man died. Tiefling male, cause of death, slash marks, discoloration of wounds are consistent with grave rot, ghoul claws. 3 commons paid, no possessions, stripped, knife marks evident from dissection. This is your eye. It looks like it's seen better days. Okay then. I guess that's it then. Well, keep going to the next room, I guess. Nothing here. This corpse is slightly askew. Several blows to the head. Nope, he doesn't understand. Bandages. Nothing. Nothing. Skin is peeling corpse and some stitches looking up a bizarre map. Let's try examining it. The stitches encircle the corpse running from its arms across its its neck and a damp mass of white hair. You notice someone has jammed a needle into the corpse's forehead. The needle is attached to a thread stitching up the side of the skull. You could probably unravel it if you had something to cut this thread. Then pull out the needle and thread. Sure, why not? You slice the thread neatly with the scalpel, then pluck out the needle and pull the stitches out. As you do, the skin covering the forehead peels back to reveal the corpse's chalk white skull, where, to your surprise, the number 78 has been chiseled. Weird. Stopped dead in its tracks, studying the condition's legs leg. Looks like some tomb rot or corpse mold is eaten through its knee. Use the corpse's left arm to steady it. As you grab its arm, however, the corpse suddenly sways to the right, and you end up tugging the corpse rather than steadying it. Chief, you might not want it. There is a crack from the tortoise's left leg, and the body falls like a dead tree. Its torso strikes the flagstones, and shatters like a rotten melon. Filth and ichor gurgling from the cavity. To your surprise, no one seems to notice the corpse's collapse, and even stranger, the left leg remains standing where the body was, as if at attention. After a moment, the leg falls over with a wet thump. You notice that the left arm appears intact, as if snapped from the torso during the fall, and it doesn't appear to have been touched by the tomb rot that had spread through the rest of the body. Wonder if I can make use of that arm. I got left arm of 985. Great. Hold on. Contracted worker number 79. Was that the same number on this guy? No, it's 78. Never mind. I think this is the one I talked to earlier. Yeah. So now there's this person. You see a slight one woman with pale features. The sunken flesh around her cheeks and neck makes her appear as if she is starving. She seems intent on dissecting the corpse in front of her, prodding the chest with a finger. Well, someone does not respond. She tuned in on the body in front of her. As you watch her work, you suddenly notice her hands, her fingers, her talons. They are darting in and out of the corpse's chest cavity like knives removing organs. He said, "Greetings." The woman makes no response. The dusty might be sort of hearing. Chief, let's say off, shall we?
Updated my journal.
She's a tiefling, Chief. They got fiend blood in their veins, usually because some ancestor of theirs that shared nerves with one demon or another. Some of them addled in the head and addled looking too. You know what? Let's push our luck here. Jumps around her face. Her eyes are rotting yellow with small orange dots for pupils. As she sees you, her expression changes from surprise to irritation, and she frowns at you. She doesn't seem to have heard you. She leans forward, squinting as if she can't quite make you out. Whatever is wrong with her eyes must make her terribly nearsighted. She clacks her taloned fingers together, then makes a strange motion with her hands. Find thread and embalming juice. Bring here to Iveen. Go, go, go. You've been assigned a quest. Quests are displayed in your diary and in the quest portion of your journal. To see how the quest you've been assigned, simply select quest in the journal menu.
Updated my journal.
She turns away. She makes no sign that she heard you. Alright, well. J for journal, cool. Mistook me for a zombie and asked me to fetch some embalming fluid and needle and thread for her. There must be some around the mortuary. Well, I actually have a needle and thread. What else do I need? Embalming fluid. I don't have that. I already checked this one. Yeah. Nothing over here. Okay. I guess I should start running instead of walking. That would probably get through this a little faster. Let's try talking to you. Just a zombie, it blinks in surprise. Eh? What? You're not a zombie. Who are you?
Updated my journal.
Zombie is trying to respond behind stitched lips. He has a peculiar half frightened, half angry expression. Who you? What you want? Who are you? Who does he heard you? He looks you up and down for a few moments and frowns. What you do here? His eyes narrow suspiciously. You spy on Dusties? Why don't you tell me what you're doing here? I'm the one asking questions here, zombie. It's sealed in here by accident. Can you help me out? The nod slightly as an understanding. Why should I help you? Because I need your help. You can help me Dutcher out. You look like someone else for the Shadow's corpse than B1 there. What do you want in return? Get a key for me. One iron key to Embalma's room. Where is this key? Dusty Chit has it. She has yellow eyes and makes a motion with hands to remind you of prayer cutting. She has blades on her fingers. Okay. When we're in the roaming room, hold on, I'll be back with the keys.
Updated my journal.
If you're caught, don't say nothing about me or me gut you in your sleep. Alright, so I might get a key from her and then... Me good at disguise, me also got scars, me wear lots of embalming fluid, me make good zombie. Zombie giggles through stitched lips, taps his head. Dusty stupid. Yeah, they're the stupid ones, alright. Me make good zombie. Doesn't that hurt? Excuse, same question. Me, not hurt much. Me tough. You disguise me as a zombie? Uh-huh. Me need jar of embalming fluid. Scratch the chest. And some needle and thread. Farad? Probably not. Me hear he live in a hive somewhere. Yeah. May not like Farad. Farad. Slums outside this place. Yeah, that's what I
Updated my
figured.
journal.
Collector brings debtors to Mortuary, sells them to Dustman, brings lots of debtors. Not know where he gets debtors. Thinks he's putting Burks in dead book. He's saying this Farad Burke has been selling a lot of debtors' corpses to the Dustmen. That's what collectors do. They gather dead bodies and sell them to Dustmen. Sounds like this Farad's been selling so many debtors, the Dusties think he's been putting hivers in the dead book before their hour's up. You know, killing people. Scribe Old Yellow. Let's enter the next room. Insert a tube in this corpse's leg. It's attached to a strange clicking machine next to the slab. Okay. Making clicking noises like an insect. Weird. Jar of embalming fluid. Okay, well before I go up the steps, actually was in the door. I think not. I think that's... Oh no, there was. Oh no, but I need a key for that one. Okay, so before I go too far, let's study the motions of her hands.
Updated my journal.
Feel a prickling along your scalp, and then suddenly you find your vision swimming, blurring until you are standing in front of a freshly slain corpse. Rigor mortis making a mockery of its smile. The number 42 has been stitched on its scalp. The zombie is lying on a slab, and you have just finished stitching up its chest. You have placed something inside, something that may prove useful if you come this way again. Echo, keep these things safe and wait for my return. The memory of your voice is an echo, strange and hollow to your ears. You cross your arms in front of your chest, and you're surprised the corpse does too. After a moment, its fans fall back to its sides, and as it does, the vision fades until you're watching Ivine's hands and make their stitching motions once more. Memories can give you additional experience points, skills, and maybe you'll even gain something else of value later on. Okay. Dumb zombies. Find thread embalming fluid. Wait a minute, you make a motion to a key, turning with your hand. I need an embalming key. Do you have one? She leans forward, looks at your hands and motions, and sniffs. Her hand darts into a robe, emerges a key ring from a quickly sharp index finger. She flicks it in your hand. Bring back when done. Go, go.
Updated my journal.
Makes no sign that she heard you. Well, do you still want this embalming fluid?
Updated my journal.
Without missing a beat, Ivine snaps the thread hands through your hooks around one of her talons, begins sewing up corpse's chest. She takes the embalming fluid and begins to apply later to the corpse. In a minute she's finished, she clicks her talons and turns to face you. To your surprise, you extend her hand and drags her talons along your arms and chest. It's not that I'm not flat. One moment. Flattered, but looks like you have a new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or still ignored. Traces your arms and chest. You suddenly notice she seems to examine your scars. She withdraws her talons and checks them twice, and then bends forward and examines some tattoos on your chest. Right on you. Hydras do that? No respect for zombies. Zombies, not paintings. She steps and pokes one of your scars. This one, bad shape. Any scars, no preserves. Look into the thread you brought her, and lightning light, she jabs another talon into the skin near one of your scars. Barely nailing the pinprick, but it looks like he's about to start stitching you up. Okay, well.
Updated my journal.
Max HP increased permanently. Cool. It's curiously painless as she begins to stitch up your scars. When she's done, she sniffs you around and stabs her fingers in embalming fluid. Within minutes, she's dabbed your body with the fluid, and strangely enough, it makes you feel better. For the second time in my life, I'm thankful I don't have a nose. Last touch on your body, use another sniff, then makes chewing both of your talons. Go. Alright, so I guess that's that. Yeah. Oh yeah, and you wanted this key for some reason. Snatches the key from your hand, turns it over. Good, good.
Updated my journal.
Can escape through portals. He waves his hands. Poof. What portals? Portals everywhere. Can you show me one of these portals? You want out. Go to arch on first floor, northwest room. You need finger bone, shape of crook. Holds up his index finger and bends it into a crook. When you have key, go to arch, jump to secret crypt, and can escape from here. Secret escape route. You can rest there. Crooked finger bone. We're gonna find
Updated my journal.
Well, if you run around somewhere, look in storage rooms on upper floor. Maybe there. Check upstairs. Okay. Storage rooms on upper floor. For crooked finger bone, head to the first floor. One of the arches in the northwest room. Got it. Okay, so I guess I'll go this way.
I'm gone.
Skeleton worker. According to the number of chisels on his brow is odd, and only some of his teeth appear to be false ones. Made of reddish brown stone, they're clearly not valuable, however, its caretakers would otherwise remove them. Like you have anything to be modest about. You wouldn't mind if I borrowed his body. Well, I don't think he's... Nah, I need a fresher one than this. It's a little more dignity. This is all creaky and fractured. You're not? Oh, you're a sack full of laughs. Besides, you're one to talk. Mirrors beg for mercy when you're around. Not quite sure you managed to snort without lungs. In the crisp air through the lungs, it's great to have a body. I'll have you know that helping you escape the preparation room has now been added to my growing list of regrets. I should have let you rot. Spore, that is. Find the bones of the skeleton with leather straps to resemble muscles and tendons. Screwed metal bolts punched in the skeleton's joints. This is a great deal of service. Bones are chipped due to fractures. Try and pry out some of the skeletons? Sure, why not? Chief, that's vandalism. These bolts are probably the only thing holding that bag of bones together. Necromancy only goes so far with these old fellas, so... I mean, you can have a problem with messing up the corpses downstairs. It's not a problem. Just wasn't sure if you knew that or not. By all means, go ahead. mean, I don't really need skeleton joint bolts though. So, Immense furnace will give you steps past the archway. It can certainly cause your hair and flesh to burn when it's burst into flame. Well, let's not go that way then. Stony gaze. Are you lost? No. Technically. Not lost. What is your business here? I was here. That seems to have been a mistake. It's being interred. Perhaps the services are taking place somewhere else in the mortuary. It could be. Where are these other services taking place? German chambers line the perimeter mortuary. They would follow the curve of the wall on the first 6 floors. Do you know the name of the deceased? No. You check from the guide at the front gate. They can assist you. Very well, thank you. Technically, I did not lie. Seems particularly old. The leather straps binding it together cracked and worn. The word repent has been carefully engraved into its forehead with some amount of skill. A rougher hand later chiseled 996 into both of its temples. Nah. Alright, fine. Makes no reply. Found the crematorium. Slightly misshapen head appears to be held together by a number of narrow metal bands bolted directly in the skull. Mouth is bolted shut so it reeks of embalming fluid. Leave quickly. Sounds transited 3 times. So a great iron bell starts tolling throughout the mortuary. Oh, well, this was a mistake. Way downstairs.
I'm gone.
Oh hey, more embalming fluid. Oh, because she can't hear.
See that?
Although, maybe I shouldn't have started a fight directly next to her. You know what? Here you go. going through with this? How barmy are you? Oh, you literally applies the falling fluid your body, then stitches over your scars. Bring your feet upwards, he stitches up your scars and finishes off the skies, stitching up your lips. Thanks. Make the lips stub it more. Careful, talk, pull stitches out, ruin disguise. Remember, no talk. Got to talk. Slow, careful. Take heed that no one expects zombies to talk. If you speak to someone with a zombie, you're on the risk of exposing your disguise.
Updated my journal.
This won't last long. Embalming fluid drops, stitches fall out. Probably not last outside Mortuary. No running. You run, you ruin whole disguise. Those who are running will instantly nullify your zombie disguise. If you find a new weapon, hold off on equipping it until you no longer wish to be disguised. If you have always run on, be sure to switch it off if you want to maintain the disguise. And you finish speaking to Vaxus. Oh, so I guess his name is Vaxus. And also now I'm disguised as a zombie. Which now I will move really slowly, but I think maybe people will leave me alone.
Done.
Oh. No, see, I'm just a zombie. You shouldn't attack me. Hold on. Okay.
Huh?
I'm gone.
Maybe if just I go. Leave me alone. Also, I only have 3 health. Should probably heal. I can't heal? Why can't I use them? Maybe because I'm disguised. Whatever, I'm slowly healing, so as long as I stay out of... Okay. Okay, well... Never mind.
What?
All right.
Can I use bandages now? I still can't use them. this is F1. I have to use them on... Okay.
I'm gone.
1643 1310. Okay, beat them with an arm. Actually works about as well as club. There we go. Alright, well. Maybe I can disguise myself as one of them. Certainly not if they're looking for an intruder. Oh well. Cosmetic disguise. Even though you appear to be armed with a dagger, you will do damage according to the weapon you equip and put the disguise on. If you switch weapons, this robe's disguise will be nullified and you must re-equip it to work. If you're not learning to the mortuary presence or turning dustman hostile, the disguise will not hide you from dustmen who are looking for intruderers. They are useless outside the mortuary. Well, whatever, at least I'm not naked anymore. 1 to 3 slashing. Well, this one does 1 to 6, so... yeah, they're all just gonna be like, ah. Alright, well, I didn't do a very good job of sneaking around in here, but maybe only they will be looking for me? Let's see, bandages, always good. This container is locked, okay. Clot charm. What's this? Heals 9 hit points, plus 5% resistance slashing, 10% resistance piercing. Hard and smooth as a pearl. When placed on the tongue, it dissolves instantly and spreads the user's bloodstream. Charm stimulates the user's blood and clotting and scabbing over existing wounds. Before healing any minor damage, the user may suffer before consuming the charm. As long as it's in effect, the player's blood becomes more aware of new wounds. The charm becomes more resistant to slashing and piercing attacks as their blood coats and scabs over the wounds as soon as the flesh is torn. I guess I'll use that then. Cool. So. here. Dustman Embalming Charm and Mortuary Task List. Spends series of tasks on this parchment. Contracted workers to be inspected. There's too many contracted collapses while engaged in heavy labor. While enchantments initially used in the corpses may be decaying or have been warped somehow. Inspected every 8 hours. Raised if they have collapsed. This would prevent the backlog of shells in the preparation rooms for the contracted workers for their duties. Collapsed bodies to be disposed of. When possible, original contracted shells to be raised and made to resume their duties. I've included spare embalming charms within the shells for initiates on duty. They are to be used only when the shells cannot be repeated with stitching, bandaging, or applications of embalming fluid. Strange metal bracelet has directions inscribed on the side of it. Judging the crude text, it appears that the bracelet works by being held by a living creature, then, while pronouncing a mantra to the true death, touch the forehead of a zombie or skeleton. When this is done, the minor enchantment held the item spreads to the corpse, strengthening their bones, killing traces, corpse rot, and grave mold, and helping seal minor tears in the skin. This item will work on either you or Mort. Simply place it in your quick item slot and use it from the quick menu on Mort, or have Mort use it on you in order for it to take effect. Cast the target gains +2 to 8 temporary hit points and temporary bonus of +1 AC for a half hour. The experience bonus will heal a target if it's less than max hit point, or they give a bonus for half an hour. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, everybody's just gonna attack me now. Oh well. Third and last round, the pry bar, if it has been misplaced, tell me and I should go to the Hive Market and purchase another. Tradition of maintaining the contracted workers, but have been trying to repair the skeletons. The bolts are wedged in so tight I can't get them out. Pry bar. Some of the locks in the storage cabinets on the third floor become stuck again due to the heat. The pry bar to snap them open as well. If the pry bar is indeed lost, I'll see about green services at locksmith and have the cabinet locks replaced. Your aid in this matter would be appreciated. Unreadable signature is scrawled beneath the message. Oh, no point in walking anymore. Okay, that's too many people. Let's try going this way instead. Junk. Cool. Needle and thread. Oh yeah, I guess I might as well have him come out and help. Alright. Where that guy went. But I figured it would be better to, yeah, well now I'll get rid of him. Usable only by thieves. Particularly filthy, smells faintly of vomit. So it becomes much smaller and shiftier, giving them a greater chance of success. Then the charmed individual will detect something of savory about him, however, reducing first impressions accordingly. Okay, so we need this right now. Someone felt these pieces might be useful one day, but they seem pretty useless to you. Eh.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Okay, so he doesn't have anything new to say. I already checked those, I think. That just goes back around to there. Not deal with this person. They don't have any friends. Never mind. Hey, I got some copper coins. Mortuary sanctum key. That should be important. Okay, we got these two other rooms we haven't been into yet.
What's up, Chief?
I feel stronger.
Fight them.
Good as done.
I'm gone.
Guess I don't need all these wooden clubs. Hey, a pry bar. Can I use the pry bar to pry this thing open? Necromancer responsible for raising contractual worker 42. I know he's experienced with skeleton performance in the original raising the body was warped. When I complete a task, it resumes pacing in the same circular pattern as it did before. Dahl recently informed me that when worker 42 exhibited that same working pattern where it was a zombie decades ago. Still echo in the marrow of the skeleton's age may have caused the magic animating him to decay. Maybe following an order issued by high-ranking dustmen in the past, but I've found no records of such behavior. Matter is to be resolved or the worker replaced. Oh, I wonder if that's that one downstairs that walks in a triangle or whatever. I don't need these. I probably we don't need. I already got a couple of knives. I don't need more knives. I got a club. I don't need more clubs. So there's the extra storage area for that stuff. I wonder if this key... I don't think this key will open the other chest either, though. More junk. What is it, this one? No, this one. Yeah, locked container. Use the pry bar to force a lock to our chest. Select as a weapon and attack the container or door you wish to pry open. The pry bar is specifically intended for use. You can attempt to bash open a container using with any weapon, including your fists. Oh! 1 to 6 crushing, 4 speed, weight 3. 6 crushing, 4 speed, weight 3. Oh, I'll just use this instead.
Forced it.
Corpse Light Charm, Bone Charm, Copper Commons. Don't need this, don't need this. Magic contained within the charm is activated when the insect is consumed. It becomes extremely nauseous. A few days later, charm is supposed to infect from their nose and mouth. Ugh. Hollowed out. Snap 2 to activate it. Oh hey! This looks like the crooked finger I might be looking for. Strength of the user's skeleton next to the its breaks and fractures. Is there anything else? No, I don't need that stuff.
Forced it.
I remember there being stairs on that side. I guess there were. Oh, I couldn't go down. Those were closed before. That's right. Now they're open. Also go further down. Don't want to go further down yet.
I'm gone. All right.
That one's still going to attack, yeah. But it might drive something useful since it was what they were talking about, but I guess not. Did you know there's someone disguised as a zombie in the Eastern Chambers? Certain?
Updated my journal.
I shall inform the guards at once. Meh.
Looks like my skills have increased.
Oh yeah, how do I level up? Level up. Saving throws have improved. Fighting skills have improved. Characteristic point gained. 3 hit points gained. Cool. I have 1 character point to spend. Exceptional. 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 I'm gonna put more points into this for now. His stats, I guess, are set.
Done.
She can't hear the bells. Did you not turn those bells off? Never mind. Can I open this door? I can open this before. What's in here? Just another zombie. Can I pick this up?
What's the word, Chief? Sure, why not? What's up? Sure, why not?
Done.
Savory bodily fluids. Much larger slab. Yeah, it can be rotated. So that's the same as before.
Done.
Yeah. Did you see that? Okay. Huh? Okay.
All right.
You can have these back, I think. Actually, I don't know. Maybe they're important. might be the door out. Those are giant skeletons. I don't know if I want to fight those. Large tomb. That probably is more skeletons, yep. Oh.
I'm gone.
That was another door I missed, apparently. Okay, so... this might be important still. Didn't quite figure out what that one was for. I think I can get rid of these two, because I'm basically out of room. I don't know if I need this arm for anything. Diagrams and charts detailing several minor wards and enchantments. Drawings of skeletons, bonus on the matter which reserved over time. Testament animate corpses, fallen giants serve as guardians of the mortuary to make them even deadlier. Armoring enchantments are broken into breastplates to shield them from attacks. So you could refer to certain sections when the need arises. Okay, so hang on to it. Might be useful later. I don't know if this is actually useful. We'll see. Mortuary key seems like it would be useful. Alright. Should probably save. Sure.
All right.
Pull this guy first, then deal with his friend. Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
dusty slab. Oh, there's a portal. Marble surface gives it a rather elegant look. You see a strikingly beautiful ghostly form before you. Her arms are crossed, her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stirs slightly and her eyes flicker.
You.
Greetings.
What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you, my love.
Do I know you? Happen to be that the thieves of the mind continue to steal my name from your memory. Do you not remember me, my love? This ghost stretches out her arms. Think, her voice becomes desperate again. The name Dianara must evoke some memory with you. Sorry, my memories are lost to me. I'm truly lost to you, and what was once an inconvenience for you, you now have the excuse to discard me as you have my memory. Discard you? I do not know you, spirit. My memories are no more. Tell me who are you? What do you know of me? Both blessed and cursed, my love, and you are one who has never formed my thoughts and heart. The nature of your curse should be apparent. Look at you. She points at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do not pause and wonder why. I'm still trying to get my bearings, actually. I know that you once claimed you loved me and that you would love me until death claimed us both. I believe that, never knowing the truth of who you were or what you were. I cannot. She suddenly freezes. She speaks slowly, carelessly, as her voice frightens her. The truth is, you are one who dies many deaths. These deaths have given the knowing of all things mortal, and in your hand lies the spark of life and death. Those that die near you carry a trace of themselves that you can bring forth. She speaks the words, a crawling sensation wells up in the back of your skull. You suddenly feel compelled to look at your hand. As you lift up and look at it, you can see the blood coursing sluggishly through your arms, pouring in your muscles and in turn giving strength to your bones.
Updated my journal.
And you know Dianara is right. You suddenly remember how to coax the dimmest spark of life from a body and bring it forth. The thought of both horrifies you and intrigues you. You've remembered how to raise others from the dead. To access this ability, you select the Special Abilities button in the Quick menu. You can only use this on party members that have died in your presence. It will not work on anyone who's not traveled with you. It will not work on party members you removed from the party while they were dead. I had other questions. For you. Okay. It's gonna chase me from your mind. You see your murderer's turn. Tell me how I know you, and I shall. With me was in the times in life of something, the eternal boundary. Right, I know what the eternal boundary is. Catches in your throat. If it occurs to you to tell you're looking for an escape route, she may feel you are abandoning her. If you're going to ask her to leave, you need to be delicate about it. Place to safety. I shall return as soon as I can speak to you again. Yeah. Of course, my love. I'll aid you any way I can. Stirring. Watches an ethereal zephyr pass through her body. Zephyr eyes are nicely open. Perhaps there's a way. Since this place holds many doors shrouded from mortal eyes, you can use them as portals. Okay, so yeah. Could escape through one of them. Key. Motion piece of wood, a dagger, a shield of glass. Proof of cloth you own yourself. This is one of the keys you can use to leave their halls. I've learned much when I travel with you, and what you've lost I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear whilst you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought. What is your sight sees that I do not? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of it suddenly claims us. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across my vision. See you as you are now, and see what lies ahead for you. Those are the plains stemming out from this point. Shall I speak? Sure, why not? Require a promise. I promise you will return, that you will find some means to save me or join me. I find it hard to believe that when I once loved would blackmail me for promises. You have faith in me. faith in me? Tone changes, her voice becomes almost pleading. I don't mean to extract a vow from you, my love. It's just that way so long can join me beyond it. I don't mean to extract a vow from me, then do not do so. Now tell me your vision, and we'll speak no more of vows and promises. She looks about to say something that sighs in defeat. As before, I shall have to place my trust in you.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time. You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality. Given life and twisted by the laws of the planes. You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive, and be immortal no longer. I know that you must die, while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Updated my journal.
As your body dies from the dead, I believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you've lost your memory, perhaps as a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You shall truly be doomed. Countless deaths? How long has this going on? We said this going on long enough. Alright, well.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
She kind of drifted out on me. Rattling in your bone box or someone? Where? What'd she look like? You didn't see her? Fine, I think. Let's move on. Huh. I'm gonna bet that these guys are too tough to fight. Let's see.
I'm hurt.
Yep. Portal's not there. Oh no, it is. I don't want to deal with it while that guy is there. Interesting. Hopefully by the time I run around... Oh, that guy's still there. Sarcophagus appears to have been here for centuries. There is no lid. The exterior seems to be made of solid stone.
Done.
It's a node. Faxis. This has been written by the remarkable penmanship of the one of punishment. Faxis, if you're reading this and you've done at fail it and your task has been forced to use the escape route I arranged. Which is your little disguise idea is ridiculous. Indication below for a while. Dust may be diluted, but not fools, and they will certainly seek retribution for our intrusion. I've left you some coins. Use them to secure a hiding place in the hive, preferably in Ragpicker Square. Dustman will be unwilling to look for you there. Once you've secured a new hiding place, I have a new mission for you. Find out where Farad is getting those bodies he delivered in the mortuary. It's apparently causing the Dustman a great deal of upset, and I wouldn't mind knowing myself. Reports are that the stone-faced Dustman at the Gathering Dust Bar, Initiate Emmerich, I think the fool's name, has been sending out finders to try and mark Farad's movements. See if you can find out how far along he is and hinder his efforts to know more about Farad's activities. I don't want Emmerich finding out something before we do. Interesting. Solid ground of oil, ashes remain at the bottom. Take a crypt finger bone up to activate and take me to the secret crypt. Access says I can rest. I didn't know where I could find a crooked finger bone. It's just I find the upper floor of the mortuary. Oh, so this isn't actually a. This isn't actually an escape. This is just a place where I can rest. Okay, so I guess I can rest here. Oh. Rested for 8 hours. Great. Now what? How do I get out of here? Ashes remain at the bottom. Exterior suits made solid stone. Probably shouldn't have done that. Oh well. It's just a zombie. Right. Secret portal in the northwest room. A secret crypt with access says I can rest. He doesn't know where I can find a crooked finger bone. He says I tried that before the mortuary. Yeah, escape route. Wait. Right, so that was how I got in here. Now I don't know how to get out. Oh, that's cool. So that's what they actually look like. There's the giant skeletons that nearly killed me. And there's a regular skeleton.
What? Hey, what's eating you, Chief? Hey, what's eating you, Chief? Chief, I won't fail you again, I swear. Okay.
Oh, there is an exit. I just couldn't see it for some reason, or I missed it last time I went over it. Alright, you know what? I think this might actually be a good place to stop. Been going at it for a couple of hours. I'm probably gonna need to take a break, get some food. I might come back to this later tonight, but I am gonna take a break for a bit. So let's go ahead and save. Saved, so that should be good. This game is pretty interesting so far. I'm enjoying it. I hope people watching it have enjoyed it. I hope the sound is a little better now. I think I got some of the low hissing noise. It should be a little better now since the last time I recorded. But yeah, so that'll do it for now. Might try and play a little more later tonight, or it might be hopefully this next week isn't going to be too crazy and I'll be able to play in the evenings, and then I'll have a few days off around the new year. So that said, this is Diablo Graves thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.